When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That just might work, ayy. That just might work.
Welcome back to another episode of the Michel Matters Podcast. I'm Jocks Michel.
And I'm Jackie Michelle.
Welcome back.
Hey guys.
So yeah.
Feeling good.
How you doing?
I'm good. It's a good Sunday, I feel like.
Yeah, it's your maintenance day.
Yeah. I mean, usually I do it on Saturdays, but...
Yeah, but today's your day.
Yeah. I feel like you're looking at me kind of funny.
I am. Your face is very greasy right now.
It's not greasy. It's
okay.
It's just sitting in...
Grease.
It's basking in the moisture.
Lots of grease.
Of the shea butter. So...
I think that could be a whole episode.
What?
Like your maintenance. And just maintenance in general, because I feel like...
You're making it sound like I do so much for my maintenance.
Nah, not that. It's some of the things that you do, and I'm just like... Mm-hmm. And you and Judy will talk about, like, y'all know everything. Like, not everything. I just feel like there's, like, a big conference between all the black women. And you're like, these are the products y'all need to buy. Mm-hmm. These are YouTube videos y'all need to watch and apply. And I'm like... Because... I'm like, when did this become a thing? Like, all y'all know, like, oh, where'd you buy your face mask? And it's just like a whole thing.
Yeah,
it's like
you have to.
I got your own language.
Keep it together.
But,
drink your water, moisturize.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exfoliate. But yeah.
You do it sometimes.
What do I do?
Like, if I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, you want to try this mask? Or you're just like, whatever. And then I put the mask on you. And it feels good, right? Yeah,
I guess. I don't think that's something we need to talk about on the podcast. But yeah, every once in a while.
Men need to take care of themselves too. So.
Nah, me personally, I don't care. I like stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like my hair, my beard.
Yeah. Like deep conditioning.
Yeah. I do a little something. I could be on the skincare a little better, but I feel like my skin's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, your face is good.
No, my face is good, but anyway, the people don't want to hear about that.
All right.
So yeah. So what's been going on the last couple of weeks? Anything?
Well, the last couple of months? I guess couple of months. We've been working on renovating our windows, like putting in new windows and doors. Yeah. So finally they did it. I mean, it only took like 2 days.
If you ever been to our house, we used to have like those old. I think they're called jalousie windows. It's the ones that you crank.
Why do you know what they're called?
I don't know. I just know stuff, man. It's like these old, they call them jalousie windows. Like you crank and it's got the, it's the old style windows. Like, it was just terrible.
Yeah. It needed to be replaced and upgraded. Yeah. So I'm loving it now. I'm like leaving the doors open.
Yeah.
And, like letting the breeze come in. It's
and
nice.
Like when we first, can we talk about that? When we first got in here, when we first moved here, we always wanted to change them, but
I don't know where you're going with this. So
I was gonna say, it provides a sense of security that I really wanted from Windows.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So I'll just leave it at that.
So we've just been doing a lot of remodeling and moving around and cleaning because dust gets everywhere too. So. It's always fun, but then you gotta clean and so that's done with. So we're enjoying that.
Yeah, and then I broke my phone.
Yeah, you want to tell them how you broke your phone?
Yeah, I'll tell you how I broke my phone. My phone.
Because you still do the same thing.
Okay, so I have this thing, right? When I go to the bath, I don't know what I used to do before I had a cell phone. I don't know how I used to use the bathroom or take a shower. Because now I can't go to the bathroom on my phone. If I make it to the bathroom and I sit down and I notice I don't have my phone, if nothing came out yet, I'm getting up. I'm finna go get my phone. It's just a habit, whatever. Take a shower. I gotta have my phone with me. I'm playing something, a podcast, YouTube video, something. I don't know why. It's just a habit now.
Right.
So I always used to put my phone on the windowsill right by the shower. As per usual. Right. I put my phone on the windowsill. And get out the shower. I'm trying to remember what happened. I think I just moved it and it slipped out of my hand, case of the Butterfingers. It slipped out of my hand and fell in the like perfect spot. Like it hit the edge of the garbage can right at the perfect spot. And I thought it just cracked the screen. So
well, it's good it didn't fall in the toilet.
But my phone can handle water damage.
Yeah,
like,
but that's still nasty.
I literally got pushed into the pool with my phone in my pocket.
That's true.
And it worked.
Yeah, but that's a pool.
So
and we realized it like right away.
Yeah, but I know I was in there for a while. Someone was like, "You have your phone on you?" When I fell in the pool that day,
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, this." Yeah. If it would have fell in the toilet, I mean, first of all, that's only like 4 inches of water. It would have been fine. Ugh. This fell on the garbage can, right on the edge, right on the edge of my screen where the screen comes out away from the case. Mm-hmm. And so I picked it up. I'm like, "Oh, it's a crack, whatever. I could live with that." Nope. I pressed the button to turn on the screen. Thing just keeps blacking out.
Done.
Yeah, and I was just like, "Oh no!" After a little while, I started to work a little bit, and I was like, "Nah."
Yeah, you kept playing it off, and I'm like, "We have to go to T-Mobile tomorrow."
I'm like, "Nah, it's okay. The phone's gonna be okay." Because phones are expensive.
This happened at night.
Yeah, it happened at night. Yeah. The phones are expensive, man. I was like, I do not want to get a new phone. I want a new phone, of course, but I didn't want to buy.
You still had a whack phone, though. So you ended up putting a poll or something on Instagram? Yeah.
I did a poll on Instagram because I don't know where my mind was, but I almost thought about getting an iPhone. So I did a poll. Mine was
in the right place.
And I polled between iPhone and Samsung. And iPhone won the poll.
Yep.
But then I got to the store. But see, this is how I know it wasn't meant to be. We went to the T-Mobile store. And we went to go look at the iPhones. And the iPhone X or whatever wasn't on display. Yeah. And I was like, how am I supposed to choose this phone? Even though it just wasn't meant to be. So
there were other iPhones there. But, okay.
If I'm going to get an iPhone, I'm going to get the new one.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I ended up getting the Note 8, which I love. So, that was a good thing. Mm-hmm. And, yeah.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
And, we even had some financial assistance with it, so it worked out.
Yeah.
It ended up not being
a
terrible situation.
Our bill isn't crazy.
Yeah.
So that's great. What else?
The last couple weeks been crazy. So a lot of y'all know I coach basketball, and the last couple weeks I've been dealing with a lot of my seniors and them trying to get them in school, and it's particularly just one of the kids. I mean, he's just... A lot of coaches been hitting me up, but it just within the last couple of days, literally any time of night, coaches calling my phone.
Do they listen?
I don't know.
I think so.
I hope my players not listening to me. But they coaches calling my phone all types of times at night, and it's just shady, all of it. I'm honestly tired of it. But it's been crazy, man. It's a lot of work. Hopefully it all pays off, but I have so much respect for the coaches that do this all the time.
Yeah.
This is kind of new for us. But yeah, that's been crazy.
That's exciting though.
No, it's definitely been exciting.
Yeah.
Me personally, if I could see someone get a free education or partially paid education, for a lot of kids who I don't even know what their thoughts were of college before.
Right.
But now I know it's a real option. It's kind of dope.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. This was one of the biggest talked about things that happened over the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Baychella. So, I mean, I'm not into Coachella and stuff. I mean, I like concerts for certain people. And Beyonce is always she just always tops herself, right? Mm-hmm. So I didn't stay up. I'm not one of those people that stayed up to watch this. I just caught it on Facebook whenever somebody posted a link, and it was amazing. It really was. It was inspiring to see just how hard she works, That was a good performance. And it was just, I don't know. It's one of those things where you kind of think, okay, maybe this should be just the end, just leave it off right here while you're at the top. Mm-hmm. You headline Coachella. You're the first Black woman to do it. It was an amazing performance. You didn't miss a beat for almost 2 hours. You brought out your husband, your sister, your girls, everything. What else are you going to do? But then again, you just keep doing better than the last thing you did. So, I don't know. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't have to. Everywhere I went, it was a clip of it somewhere.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I believe y'all. Beyonce killed
Really?
it. Yeah, I didn't have to watch it. I seen enough clips. I know enough about Beyonce. Like, this is what she does.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just coming to accept it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would not say anything negative about Beyonce at this point. 'Cause
I don't know when she sleeps. Like, I don't get it.
And she got 2 kids.
3.
3 kids, I'm sure. 3 kids.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she has staff and help.
Staff, yeah.
Yeah, you have to have staff when you're at that level.
But, I mean, I just think it's crazy. Like, her following, like, it's just wild. I don't know how. Usually when somebody has that many fans, you can't please everyone. Mm-hmm. I feel like she pleases everyone all the time. Like, she gave everybody a little bit of what they wanted. Old Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she did stuff with her husband. And
which she didn't have to do that. I'm not...
I'm not on this hate Jay-Z train.
No,
so
I'm not. I don't hate Jay-Z at all. I don't know him. So
I never seen a man so disrespected.
I just feel like at some point, I feel like he's reached his high where he's just like, okay, like you can just do whatever business ideas you want to do at this point. Performing is just not his forte.
I mean, he's like 50.
Exactly. Like, don't bring out a 50-year-old. We don't want to see no 50-year-old man out here losing his breath.
People go watch 50-year-olds perform all the time.
And they're not losing their breath and stuff.
Oh, my God.
Then we talked to Judy today. And our sister, and your dad went to the Eagles concert.
Yeah.
And she said it was on point. Like, yeah. I'm sure they're like, what, 70-something? Like, I don't know how old the Eagles are. Old. Yeah. Like, they have to be older than Jay-Z. And if they were on point, not out of breath, started on time, hitting whatever steps and moves, whatever they were doing, he should be able to do that too. But I don't know. He 50. He's a rapper. You know, yeah, I don't know if it's different.
It was late.
Really?
Could have been past his bedtime. Nah. I don't know.
He should have just been backstage with the kids, you know, supporting his wife, and that's it. But
anyway,
it is what it is. It was a good performance. If you haven't watched it, I don't know if it's still online.
I'm not going to watch it.
Not you. Like whoever's listening. Then you should definitely watch it. I mean, it was amazing. But, and I think she like donated to some colleges.
Yeah,
too.
She donated $100,000 to 4 HBCUs.
Yeah,
she had like the whole HBCU set. And like I said,
and she had some alumni on stage with her.
Yeah,
HBCUs.
Like she doesn't. There's nothing bad you can say about Beyonce at this point.
Yeah, there's nothing else to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna try.
But yeah, and then this weekend.
You were busy.
Yeah, I was busy, but I had downtime. I feel like I rested as well. But just even after, I mean, I had signed up for a networking event that I saw was happening even way before the Beyonce performance. But seeing like Beyonce up there and like, you know, just being encouraged and motivated to really network with more women and get to know more people and stuff like that in my industry, or not even having to be in my industry, but our career focused, our creatives, like-minded women. So I did go to an event, and it was at a, basically like a co-work sharing space type thing in Dania Beach that is specifically geared for women. And it was just amazing. It was this, basically I'm going to call her like a social influencer type person.
Yeah.
Really popular on Instagram and stuff. And she had like a networking event at this lab where we talked about social networking and networking. So networking in and out of social media at this current point in our lives. Where the world is.
Yeah.
But just imagine like 10-ish women in a room and like Nice for What playing in the background.
Is that how many? There was only 10 of you guys?
Yeah, it was pretty intimate.
Yeah.
I like intimate settings like that.
What do you think you got out of it?
Definitely connections and just more drive. Mm-hmm. Like just seeing people getting it. Like, and not everybody had a business or anything like that, but even one woman there was like pregnant, but she did like the florals for the event. Mm. And she has like a full-time job, and she just does creative things on the side. Or another girl, she was starting to get into modeling, but she does like digital content for a company. It was just interesting, like just being in a room of who I would think embodies powerful women was great. So definitely gonna go to more of those. Yeah, because that was awesome.
And then you went to an event that night too.
Yeah, I did. I have a friend who invited me to her church's women's event. And it was actually good. It was like what I needed, because I feel like women in the church, a lot of the times, they just have a lot going on. Mm-hmm. Whether it's like their kids or their husbands or ministry or whatever. So taking time away to actually like hang out and get to know each other with all of that aside is always good. So I met a lot of people that I never met in my life, because I never been to that church before. Yeah. But it was nice. It was nice. And I'll probably keep in touch with a lot of them.
What church hosted it?
The Brook. Yeah. I think it's a new church here.
Yeah, so you came on with like a goodie bag pretty much.
Yeah, they had like us making mason jar things, and like everything kind of meant something.
Yeah, it was a prayer jar.
Yeah.
And what else did you have?
Prayer jar. There was a little jar with sand in it, and then like a pearl with like a scripture on there. Everything we pretty much made. But everything symbolized whatever it was, like the topic that we talked about that night. And then we got into groups. We prayed together. We exchanged numbers. All that stuff. We did like a human bingo where you went around and...
It sounded cool. Like sometimes I wonder like, what would a man version of that be like? Yeah. And I don't know. Only because
start something.
What?
You should start something.
It's interesting.
I feel like y'all need it too.
I'm saying it. We probably do, but I just wonder what it would look like in that sense. Because a lot of the stuff you sounded like, it sounds fun. Mm-hmm. Would I want to do that with a bunch of men? I don't know. Maybe. But, I think it's interesting. Just something like both events. The business one is probably a little more. Maybe
it could be like coaches event.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I don't really see how that would benefit.
I wouldn't do that. But maybe the creative or the young men's like networking event. But see, I guess doesn't that just sound like so exclusive? Like women can do stuff like that. If a man wrote like, an all male event, it just sounds sexist.
No, because I'm sure there are all male events. I mean,
maybe,
there are fraternities.
But not like that. But like I feel like there's certain things that can be made like boxed in like that. Like, oh, this is a woman's event. Yeah. A man's event. Sometimes. I'm just saying. Sometimes it just sounds.
I just feel like
weird.
Everybody's gonna have a problem with everything. So
yeah. But
it don't matter.
But no, I mean, especially the second event. It sounds interesting. I don't know if I'm in a position to like put something like that together.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably like I think they said 6 people were on the committee.
Yeah. Like to attend something like that and to be involved. Like to not be so reserved. Like, because usually when I go to stuff, if I go to stuff like that, like.
You go with like your friends.
No, not even that. It's like, I don't want to say like I'm too cool to just go around like, hey, what's your name? Like,
well, that was the thing that I appreciated, because as soon as I walked in, it was like 2 girls just came at me like, hey,
I'm not that guy. Yeah, I'm not that guy. Like, oh, hey, yeah, my name's Jox. All right, but like to be friendly at something like that.
See, I mean,
because you're friendly.
Okay. See, I was about to say I'm not friendly, but I'm very, like, sociable. Like, I can easily have a conversation with you and be nice. And, yeah, I guess that's friendly. I don't know.
No, it is. But
I don't know. I've never heard somebody call me friendly before. So
I'm calling you friendly. You're friendly.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I get it from my mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'll be out and with her, and she'll just, like, start a random conversation with somebody.
Yeah, both of y'all friendly. It's not a bad thing, but, you know, it's y'all.
But I have my guard up sometimes.
I guess. But, yeah.
It depends on where we are.
But yeah, it's been a pretty solid 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know. It's just been a good weekend.
Yeah, I think last weekend we had, like, the laziest Sunday of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least for me, because that Saturday was so busy.
Yeah, I didn't.
This weekend was kind of back to normal.
We Uber Eats, like we did Uber Eats.
Yeah, I didn't leave the house that day. But yeah, back to normal. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, let's really get into the podcast and talk about this hot topic.
All right.
So hot in her. So hot in.
So yeah, this week for the hot topic, it's actually based off a DM Jackie sent me.
Yeah.
Was it a tweet or it looked like a Facebook post?
It was like someone tweeted someone else's Facebook post.
Yeah. And it was wild. You gonna read it?
Yes.
Okay.
So here we go. So this is a Lorraine Kamisha's Facebook post.
Yeah.
What were you about to say?
No, go ahead.
Oh. So she goes, "Dear sis, if you are working 50 hours a week, waking up 2 hours earlier than him to cook breakfast and get the kids ready for school so you can drop them off before you go to work, making their doctor's appointments on your lunch break, rushing through traffic to pick the kids up from aftercare so you don't get charged the $1 a minute late fee, cooking dinner while helping the kids with their homework, serving the king his dinner first on a real plate because plastic is disrespectful.
Facts.
Washing the dishes after he and the kids finish and leave everything where it is, making sure the kids get their baths and put lotion on afterwards because that's important. Laying out their clothes. Huh?
So you gotta stay moisturized.
Laying out their clothes and making sure they're ironed, picking up a few toys in their room while you get them to bed, folding a load of clothes after you started a new one, finally getting in bed exhausted after 11 p.m. so your man can wake you up at 2 a.m. for some, before giving him some with you on top again, and you pay 50-50, you're not married, you're trapped. Fight me.
No.
I thought that was so funny.
I thought it was funny, but at the same time, I'm like...
Miserable?
What kind of man is this? Like...
I think a lot of people live this reality.
Nah, can't be.
Yes.
Can't be, bro.
100%.
Can't be.
What do you mean?
How you put up with this?
I think it's a lot of people out here putting up with
this. But how
this.
can you justify a woman putting... This is wild.
Bro. I don't know.
Nah.
I just know it can't be me.
Nah.
So,
and she works 50 hours a week? That's crazy.
Let's break this down. Because maybe he works 50 hours a week as well.
Okay, fine.
She works 50 hours a week. So does he, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you wake up... So she wakes up 2 hours earlier than him to make the breakfast, to get everybody ready, like all the kids.
Okay. All right. You know how much of a bum you got to be to stay in bed for 2 hours while your wife is running around the house crazy, cooking and getting kids ready? Mm-hmm. Like, you got to be a real bum.
But there are some men, I've heard some men be like, oh, I don't do that. Like... Whatever it is, let's say like somebody don't change diapers. I don't change diapers. Okay. That's not fine. Those are your kids. Like,
no, I'm not saying that's fine. But okay, if there's something like... I mean, I don't say I don't do it, but there's things in the house I don't do.
Yeah, but then there are other things that you do.
Yeah.
So like
But that's what I'm saying.
I don't fold clothes.
This whole Twitter thing
do.
Sounds like the worst human being alive. Like, it sounds crazy.
Yeah. It sounds like...
a nightmare.
But it sounds like the old school way of doing
But that's what I'm saying. That was going to be my next thing. If you're under 50 and your life is like this, there's a problem. Yeah. There is a real problem.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not here under this person's citizenship and you living like this, this is a problem. Because I can't lie, like this that's not a life, man. If I knew someone who was living that type of life, I help them. Like, I help you get out. You and the kids, like y'all need better than this.
Everything just sounds so like mundane too. Like, okay, so you're exhausted, right? Obviously, after like that long of a day, and you finally get into bed at 11, so your man can wake you up at 2. Just so you could do
let's talk
you
about
do
that.
again.
Let's talk about that.
Like the way that they wrote it, it's like so you could be on top again.
Okay, let's talk about that. Number one, maybe it's just me. Who's waking up people in the middle of the night to do in the middle of the night? I'm sorry.
I mean, if you get that urge.
But where did you get the urge? Like, you was asleep. You was asleep.
Well, maybe you was asleep thinking about.
Because 2 a.m., you know, like 2 a.m., if you go to sleep at a reasonable time, at 2 a.m., you in the middle of your sleep. Like, I'm probably drooling at 2 a.m. Like, that's that good sleep. You waking me up, and as you know, as a man, I have urges. Everybody got urges.
Yeah.
I don't have them at 2. If I'm in sleep for that long.
Like, if you're both awake. Like, if you both
that's
to, like,
different.
get up in the middle of the night
but
just to use the bathroom.
You know how selfish you gotta be? At 2 a.m., you pushing the person next to you. Yo, hey, wake up.
Right.
Can you, no, man, that's crazy to me. Like, yeah, even if you weren't, especially, this is my thing. I can't imagine you having a day like that and then me trying to wake you up at 2 a.m. to do something like that.
Yeah.
The look or response that I would get wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't be worth it. Like, you must be the most accommodating woman of all time to have a man feel like he could have the nerve to wake you up at 2 a.m. to do that. I
mean, this sounds like, honestly, without, until you get to the end, like a single mom. Because you get the kids ready, you drop them off, then you go to work.
I mean, you're still a single mom at this point.
Well, that's true.
Like, you sound like a single mom.
I feel like...
you are a single mom. You wake up the kids.
Jeez.
Come on, man. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
You get the kid ready for school. You pick them up. You take them to the doctor's appointments.
You make the appointment.
You help them with their homework. You put them to bed. I mean, if that's not a single mom, then what do you call that? Like, for real, like, nah. That's why I'm like, I want to know who's writing these.
Okay, if you make the...
How did you write this? What kind
she must have known somebody.
My imagination is not this creative to come up with a man this bad.
But I feel like it's because
you hate men.
You're the man.
Whoever wrote this hates men.
No, that's not necessarily true. I know a lot of people like this.
A lot?
I'm sure I do.
A lot?
Yes.
No one's listening.
Probably some of your friends. I'm just saying.
We're going to have one of my friends. No, 1,000% of my friends.
Okay.
Friend, you say the word correctly. One of my friends?
Probably. I'm just saying.
There's nobody listening. Who? Say who.
I'm not naming nobody. I'm just saying.
Nobody's listening.
There are a lot of men, and maybe because
don't disrespect none of my friends. None of my friends.
Maybe because you are a man, you don't see it from this point of view. Because just like what we talked about shortly talked about it last episode, is that like I'm kind of like the manager of this house.
Yeah.
But
we had that conversation this week.
Yeah, but it's a lot that goes into managing. But I don't feel like I manage it alone at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there are a lot of men that are okay with just seeing dishes in the sink.
I believe that.
And that's okay. Or like seeing dirt on the floor, and that's okay. And like they never do anything.
I don't want to say
they never do anything about it because
that's
they
different.
know that their wife,
compared to the person
that their wife is gonna pick it up. Because that's what she always does.
Yeah.
Because that's what you have a wife for.
No.
Apparently.
Nah, I don't like that last little sentence you added.
I feel like...
Because that's what... Let's not run past that. Let's talk about that. That's not what a wife is for. 1,000%.
No, we know this.
No, but if you're thinking like that... This man doesn't exist.
Whoa. That's a loaded statement right there.
What?
To say that this man doesn't exist. I'm sure you know a few. I'm saying.
A few?
Maybe they're not your friends. I'll take that back. But I'm sure you know them.
Maybe. I don't know.
I hope you just don't know how their house runs.
And I hope if I knew someone who lived like this, I'd have the ability to talk to them like, yo.
But maybe you don't know that they live like this.
No, that's what I'm saying. If I knew that, I hope I'd be a good enough friend to say something, because that's crazy.
I just hope that if I'm the one, not that there needs to be like a 50-50 trade-off thing, but if I'm the one taking the kids to work, you could pick them up. I mean, taking the kids to school, pick them up.
Stuff like that, as long as the schedules allow.
Right.
But once they're home, I mean, you could help.
It's all hands on deck.
Yeah, help them take a shower.
Right.
Stuff like that. Help them with the homework.
While you help them with their homework while I'm making dinner.
Yeah.
But okay, serving the king his dinner first on a real plate. Listen, you made your little comment before, but you've been served, quote unquote, served dinner on plastic plates before. Yeah, because
I'm me personally. I don't mind not having to wash dishes. So
yeah,
if we're gonna have to have a couple of styrofoam plate dinners, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. So you don't like washing dishes.
No.
I like washing dishes, and we have a dishwasher, so it's great. I don't like folding clothes. I don't like doing laundry.
Speaking of, I got some laundry to do right now.
Yeah, because I'm not doing it. We had candid moment. We had clean laundry just on a chair.
I see what you about to do with it.
All week.
Okay, don't say all week.
But it's no shade. I'm not doing it.
I'm
not putting it away.
All right, because sometimes
I'm not folding it.
Yeah, because sometimes if the laundry be there for a little bit, it wasn't a purposeful I'm not gonna fold. Literally, we were just really that busy this week.
Yeah, but then I just don't do it.
Yeah, but sometimes you'll fold it. This week it was maybe up to Wednesday, and I was like, oh, she's not gonna fold this.
I never do. So I feel
sometimes, and I was like, it wasn't a bad thing. I was like, oh yeah, all right, so I gotta do this.
If I do, it's we do it together. We'll put on something a show or something, and you end up folding way faster than I do because I don't.
It's what I do.
I don't like to do that. So it's like a give and give situation.
It is.
In this situation, there's none of that. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about the last thing she says. You pay 50-50.
Yeah.
So I want to get your opinion on that, because I feel like people have talked to me about that too. Paying 50-50. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what that means. In a marriage.
I mean, it don't sound like they're married, first of all. So that's the thing. No, 100%. It don't sound like a marriage.
Yeah, but I guess this is a marriage.
No, I really don't think it's a
describing
marriage.
A married couple, but this is how they live their life.
But at the end,
you pay 50-50. So I guess what she's saying is you do all of this and then you still pay 50-50.
When you shack up with people, you pay bills 50-50. But you don't know if
they're shacking up or you're going to pretend that they're married. Legally, they have a document and all that. They don't look like it.
But yeah. But for people who's married...
Yeah, what is that? What do you think people mean by 50-50?
I mean, it means exactly what you think. It's
they have your own account.
Yeah, they have separate accounts, which I'm not against separate accounts. Yeah. It's not how I live my life, but I'm not against separate accounts. So yeah, that's what you do. I pay this, you pay that. I pay this, you pay that. So it's just...
I think that makes this whole matter worse. Because on top of all that you're doing, you're kind of looking at it okay, here's my to-do list and I do all of this. And then here's yours. Mm-hmm. You literally go to work and go home.
Yeah, pretty much.
So then when you add in how the bills are worked out in the home, it's and I pay 50, we pay 50-50, we split this evenly. No, because if I'm doing all of this, then you should be paying 100.
Yeah, I mean, she just got a roommate that she sleeps with from time to time.
I mean, it's also a change in mindset of how you, in a marriage, look at finances. But when you look at it this is all she's doing and all he's doing, then, I mean, at least if he was paying all of them.
This is a caricature of a relationship, a bad relationship.
Yeah.
Whoever's in this relationship, the fact that they're still there is a problem.
Yeah.
This does not sound normal, healthy, anything you'd want in a relationship.
I feel like it sounds normal.
No, this can't be normal, bro. This can't be normal. If it is, then women need to have higher standards. That's not normal.
Women do need to have higher standards.
I know. That's not normal.
So you tell me you don't know nobody like this?
No, I promise you I don't. Can you name me somebody off air? Can you name me some? Text it to me. Something. I need to know who you're thinking about.
One of them just called me. They called you first, and then they called me.
We're not gonna do this. All right, guys. So we're gonna end this segment right here. My wife is done for the night. Oh, that's a great way to end this. And on to the Michel Matter.
Okay.
Bye.
They wish and I wish and I wish and I wish and they wish on me. Yeah.
So this week on our Michel Matters segment, we have a special guest. Two people that we've known for a long time. Mm-hmm. I've known them probably longer. Yeah. Sapp and Charlene. Sapp is like my brother. I've known him probably since I was in middle school. Good friend. Ride or die. Definitely
each other's weddings.
Yeah, close to die a couple times. And Charlene, like a sister too, mean sister, but a sister. But yeah, so we're here. We're gonna talk to them about parenting, and they have two beautiful girls. Mm-hmm. I accept how you feel about that in a little bit, but yeah, it's a unique story. They definitely have overcome a lot, and I know they have a great point of view on parenting.
Yeah. So, hi guys.
Pieces and blessings, fam.
Hello.
Charlene is shy. We're going to make Charlene talk today. Because a lot of these questions Jackie got are about, like, women things. I'm going to accept the more testosterone-filled questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just get into it then. My first question is, when did you guys know you wanted to start having kids? Or, like, did you want to reach a relationship goal first, or scratch things off your bucket list, or like how did you come to that agreement, I guess? Or did it just happen? Like, I don't know.
Sapp forgot to pull out.
What?
Oh, my bad. Sorry. This is how we talk.
You gonna answer?
One of y'all gotta answer.
Fine. We didn't really have a plan. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess being newly married, we would have wanted to have waited maybe 2, 3, maybe even 4 years before our first child, but yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
What was that like when y'all found out? Like, what was that first initial reaction?
Well, Charlene, you probably found out first, right? Because I
think we kind of found that together. It's just kind of.
Yeah, she was like, I don't feel good.
And this is weird. So do you remember, like, I know when it happened?
Oh yeah, I definitely know when it happened. for sure.
Okay.
I would just think that's interesting. Like, you got to go back because, you know, especially if you've been married for a while, like, you probably do stuff like that all the time. By that, you know, nothing between y'all. So I was like, you go back and like, I know the moment.
Oh yeah, it was one good weekend. I know for sure when it happened.
Okay. So about pregnancy. So like, what was, I guess, that first thing? Like he said, you didn't feel good, so you had morning sickness. You know, like what was it that didn't feel good?
Yeah. I got just felt like I had like a stomach bug. I remember, I think I told my mom I didn't feel well, and she made me some soup, and I was like, yeah. And I think I had like a sandwich too. And then I was like, okay, I don't feel well, and then some other things. What else happened?
Come on.
I mean, you know, this like morning sickness, and then we noticed that her blood pressure started elevating. Like Charlene never had like health issues, blood pressure issues, but slowly it started just creeping up and elevating for just out of nowhere.
by the time I put 2 and 2 together, I'm like, maybe we should take a pregnancy test, because we were doing one form of contraception, I guess, and then we were in between, and then kind of put 2 and 2 together, and I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah. She was off the pill.
Yeah. And before y'all started something else.
That's kind of how it happened.
Okay. And the first pregnancy was real interesting. I know it's a long story, but kind of give a little backstory into, how that first pregnancy went.
So initially, like you said, like John was saying, I've never had any like health issues. You go into every woman has this vision of pregnancy, how everything's gonna happen. It's gonna be, everything's gonna be fine. You go 9 months and you have your baby. And you get to, have, if you want a natural birth, and all those things kind of pop in your head, and it's gonna be, roses. But with me, everything started off okay. Found I was pregnant. Got a OBGYN that I liked, and we started seeing her. Everything was going well, and then I was always like my pressures was always like, they were all right, but they weren't like bad, so I was just in between. And then got a little further where it started like becoming a issue, and then one day I was at work, and the girls started asking me like, why are your legs so swollen? They're like, why you don't look good. And I'm like, really?
And how far along were you at that point?
I was like 25 weeks, which is almost like between 5 and 6 months.
Okay.
So they were like, you don't look good. But I was like, okay, I didn't really notice it. It didn't pay attention to me. So I'm just going about my business. And then that's when they're like, you need to check your pressure. And I was at work. So they're like, made me check my pressure. And it was like sky high. So they sent me downstairs because I work in a hospital. They sent me to labor and delivery to get checked out. And that's when the doctor that was there was like, you need to like be on bed rest. You need to see your doctor again. Your pressure is too high. Eventually it went down, so he let me go home. Mm-hmm. And then I followed up my doctor the next day or so, and that's when she sent me to get checked at my hospital, and that's when they were like, this is bad. You might have to have the baby like now. So everything kind of went from like, it was okay to like, bam, this is happening now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
emergency. Like,
just from the outside, I remember like you guys saying like, oh, Charlene has to go to the hospital. I'm thinking, okay, I know there was kind of issues with blood pressure. Like, I didn't think nothing of it. And then like a couple minutes later, not minutes, but it felt like minutes. Yeah. And then Seth was like, I think we're about to have a baby now. I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Like, it was super early.
I feel like I was kind of, what's the term? Like naive about it, because I didn't know what that was. But I was like, oh, okay, yay. Like, I thought, like finally we get to meet this kid,
Yeah, but 4 months earlier.
Yeah. But I mean, I knew she was a nurse. So do you feel like being a nurse kind of helped you? I mean, you work with babies and delivery and stuff, so.
I'm a postpartum nurse, and I think it didn't help me. I always say the nurses are the worst patients, so I think I ignored everything that was happening, and I didn't notice it. It just blew it off. I did my 12-hour shifts and came home and did everything normal. Just didn't notice anything, like, until it just hit me in the face.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, how was, like, giving birth in that way? Like, for you too, Sapp, because I mean, I know I have a cousin who had a C-section, and then like her husband was like, "Oh yeah, I saw her guts and everything." Like, how is that?
Well, like everything happened quickly. Like it was crazy. Like they were admitting us for the night, and they were saying that, "Oh, you're gonna probably have the baby tomorrow."
Yeah, they wanted a specialist to see, like measure the baby, because they said she was measuring small for how many weeks I was, so. They were going to let the specialist come and see me, and they gave me like a dose of steroids to help her lungs mature in case I had to have her early, but the plan was to wait for tomorrow. So she got me settled, and then like...
Maybe like...
5 minutes?
Maybe 5 to 10 minutes later.
5 minutes later, the nurse came
she was like, oh, the baby's heart rate is going down. We got to do this now. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo.
She's like, you're going to go have this baby? I'm like, when? She's like, now. I was like, what?
And so you didn't have a bag, nothing?
No. Like nothing was ready. Nothing was prepared. Nothing. She just started sticking things inside here and poking me here. And
she threw the little dad pack at me. You know, the little uniform with the hat and shoes and shirt and pants to get ready. And
it was just crazy. Enough time for the doctor to drive back because he was there. But
yeah, the doctor actually left.
He left.
He actually left.
Which was not my doctor because there's a group of them, but it was one that was in the group that I don't even think I met him before.
No, we didn't.
Because I was so early. Usually they let you see the other doctors toward the later in the pregnancy. Mm-hmm. So I never met this doctor in the group, but he's the one that ended up doing it.
So I know y'all ended up having a successful C-section, but there was like a long period that to me was the craziest part of this whole situation was having Austin in the hospital for so long. What was that like? Because I know just as an outside it looked tough and y'all kept a strong face, but how was that whole period?
Well, for most people who don't know, our first child, she was a micro preemie. Like she was literally like 1 pound, like 5 ounces.
1 pound,
7 ounces. Yeah. So she was
12 and a half inches long.
So she was tiny.
Mm-hmm.
And like
she was long though.
Yeah.
That's one thing I do remember.
Like I saw her when they, took her from Charlene and put her in the special incubator to have her transported to another hospital because Mercy didn't have a level 3 NICU. Mm-hmm. So they had to transport her to like Kendall Regional down south in the middle of the evening so she can get the treatment that she needed. But yeah, man, it was crazy, man. It was 98 days?
Yeah, in the hospital.
98 days in the NICU.
Days. Wow. But just the whole thing, like you said, went quick. So I remember going in the room, and then I think initially during the C-section, when it started, I told him I felt when they like started to poke me. He's like, "You feel that?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then so I don't remember. All I remember is waking up after that because they put me to sleep.
Yeah, she said.
So I don't remember who was in there, what happened. I don't know anything. John told me there was like 1 billion people in the room.
It was.
I don't know.
It was a lot of people in the room because she had said, I feel it. I was like, "Yo, you feel that?" And the doctor asked, and then maybe like 45 seconds later, they gave her something, and she was out cold.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, that was, another thing that I didn't really get to experience, like a regular, or what you conceive to be, your first experience having a baby. I wasn't even awake during the C-section. I was asleep, so.
But, like, okay, so when they were doing that, you could see, like, you saw them take Austin out?
Yeah,
or, okay.
I saw when
you saw everything.
When they took Austin out and put her in the incubator to get her ready to prep to be transported. They had to intubate her.
Yeah, it's like they stick the tube down her throat
to help her breathe. So it was. I'm usually a pretty strong person, but it was tough for me.
Yeah,
like it was crazy, man. I don't know how we got through it, honestly, that night.
The biggest thing that got us through all of this 98 days, like we said, was thank God that he is the center of our life. So we had that to help guide us. And then the next biggest thing was family and friend support. Like, we can't even, I think we had to write a book or something about all the things that just people close. I have a big family, John has a very supportive family. So close family and just multiple friends, the church, you guys, just little things that people did. And it had to be like a big thing. People just gave encouraging words or gave us a little bit of money because Kendall Regional is I don't know how many miles away from my house, at least 20 miles,
Yeah.
We can name drop on here?
Yeah, because I know exactly what the name drop. Go ahead.
Yeah, Miss White, Judy White, I want to say for
it was basically, Austin was in there for 14 weeks, so it had to be at least 12 of the 14 weeks.
She gave us money every single Sunday.
She's like, I'm going to give you money every week
until she comes home.
The baby comes home for gas. Because those little things add up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Driving there and standing all the time,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I used to see her pull Sapp over to the side every week.
She refused to take no for an answer. We're like, you don't have to do this. It's okay. Yeah. She's like, no, I'm going to do what
I thought that was crazy. To me, that was amazing, because you don't expect that.
Yeah, definitely, because she wasn't really in our inner circle.
Yeah,
I mean, she was our principal and teacher in high school, but she was just church family, part of the body, just looking out for another brother and sister in Christ, and we greatly appreciated it.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Those are the things that really got us through this situation. Because I look back and I don't even know how we. You can't explain it.
And I think even your story made a lot of people like stronger too, like with their faith and their Christian walk. So you guys had another baby shortly after.
Very shortly after.
Yes.
13 months?
Yeah. I remember, I think it was just me. We were doing the cart. Like on Sundays, we were doing security. And then I was with Sam and he was like, real nonchalant. Yeah, I think Charlene pregnant. I was like, already? I was like, because especially after like that long pregnancy. And then because Austin was in the hospital so long, you kind of forgot how quickly that time went. So 13 months isn't the same 13 months. Like, it was a quick.
I think she was 5 months old when I got pregnant. But
first of all, nobody told me that women are extra fertile after they give birth.
Well,
so
there's a lot of issues.
Charlene would have known.
Like nobody told me this.
But you know, there's a lot.
What was it gonna change?
I'm just saying. I could have been more cautious.
Yeah. I was like,
there's a lot of issues because she was, like we said, in the hospital for 3 months, so she was only home for like 2 months when I got pregnant. So it was just like
that's why I was like, that's what made it seem even faster.
Yeah, I wasn't really doing anything to avoid it, and just a lot going on. So.
Yeah. So
stress relief,
pretty
so
much.
with the second pregnancy though, you did you were on bed rest for a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because you knew about what happened the first time. So how did you like keep your stress low the second pregnancy and like, you know, be aware of like not letting that happen again?
Yeah, we were pretty like, I guess, over analyzing every detail like the pregnancy.
Yeah, I kind of took on more of the day-to-day stuff. The doctors pretty much forbade her from working, period.
Well, that was like around the same time that I had Austin.
Yeah,
so like
so
around
26 weeks, the doctor said.
Well, I started having, it was a slight change in my blood pressure, and it was my platelet count, which another part of complication in pregnancy, started dropping. So that when he saw that change, he kind of was like, we're going to intervene now and kind of help the situation before it got worse. So... we kind of, you know, from that point on, I was like on bed rest, so I didn't work. And then we were like seeing the specialist every Monday, and then we saw my doctor every Thursday. And they did like blood work every week, and they did urine test every week,
ultrasound
every week to make sure everything was going, you know, in the right direction. So we didn't have that shock like the last time where everything was like okay, and then it just changed in a second. So
okay, and then. What?
No, I was gonna say because people always talk about like how expensive babies are. You don't have to give the exact figure, but I kind of remember like a ballpark or how bad was it? Because 98 days in the hospital and then
the
initial hospital bill
was
a little under. I want to say 500,000.
It was like 400 and something $1,000 before like insurance started.
Before insurance, I think it was like 497.
What?
Yeah, I thought it was
so for people
crazy.
without insurance, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, no, you're done.
To have a child in the NICU for 98 days. Oh yeah, you're gonna be in debt for a pretty long time.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so I guess this is not really financial, but back to like basic duties. How did you guys kind of split up, you know, feeding time and all that stuff in the middle of the night, or changing diapers and all that stuff? Like, how did y'all? Yeah,
because Austin was on a weird schedule, especially in the beginning, right?
Yeah, when her bottles, she was on formula. She drank breast milk, but
it was my milk.
Mixed with,
but we had to add formula to
help her gain weight.
For weight gain. So but she was on a strict schedule because she had a lot of medications too, and then she was on oxygen. So every 3 hours she had to eat. So we were really good.
I set an alarm on my phone because I was usually the one who would get up to draw the medicine and to make the bottles and to warm them up.
And then I'd probably the one to feed her and everything, burp her, and make sure she's, you know, set, and then she goes back to sleep. So we had a good feel, good rhythm together. We kind of did everything
until Aubrey came.
Because I be around y'all a good amount. So I used to remember like when I used to leave the house, it was like just it's not a routine, but like Sapp will make the bag. Like when y'all go to the house, so like it's stuff like that. Like not being a parent, but saying like, okay, dads can help and dads do help because like I always seen him like he makes sure like he even double checks on, hey, did you get the wipes or did you like? It's just the teamwork that was involved. I thought it was pretty cool. It's like, is that something y'all talked about? Just like as soon as you became a dad, it kind of just clicked?
Nah, as soon as I became a dad, it just pretty much clicked. I mean, I know I had to take up some of the responsibilities, because for after you get a C-section for like 6 weeks, you pretty much can't do anything. So a lot of those 98 days, I was the one by myself going to the hospital, dropping off milk bags so they could feed her, or bringing clothes so they can put clothes on her, or just going to check on her until Charlene was like healthy enough to come so she can do kangaroo time?
Kangaroo care.
Skin to skin.
Oh yeah,
John he's really been good at that. I can really give him his props because he's good at helping and making sure that everything is together. Nothing we really talked about. It just kind of worked out.
Just happened.
Yeah, and it happened so fast. I don't even know if you had time to prepare for that.
Really didn't.
We were just kind of talking about that.
What?
Like, dads that don't do anything.
Yeah, before this we recorded the hot topic, and it was a deadbeat dad pretty much, and the mom wakes up early to fix the kid, get the kids ready for school, and then
drop them off.
Yeah, she drops them off. She takes them to appointments. She did everything, and I was just like, I don't know that person. And then Jackie had the nerve to say, okay, I know people like that.
I'm sure we all do.
I mean,
it's just not like they're just not in our circle.
They're not in our circle, but we know some can't do right dads. So.
Yeah. So Austin is 2, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Bree is 1. So how do you is the terrible twos really a thing? How do you guys discipline at such a young age for them to kind of get it?
The terrible twos is definitely a thing.
Yeah,
it's definitely real. I mean, as far as discipline, early on it was just it was a lot of it was more talking. You can't hit no baby. You don't hit babies. Yeah, so it's a lot of talking. No, that's not nice.
Mm-hmm.
But as they got older, you give them little love taps. Hey, you're not supposed to be doing this. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. You just a little tap on the bottom.
Yeah, it is. Are whoopings in the future?
Oh, definitely. That's not a question.
We'll see.
Whoopings are definitely.
We'll see how he's gonna how he's gonna have his 2 baby girls.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I want to get back to that too.
Are you gonna be the ones doing it, or Charlene? Because they're girls.
You have 2 girls.
Yeah,
and as I know people don't like to use these words nowadays, but as a manly man, like how has that changed you, or do you feel like it's karma?
I wouldn't say karma, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I always wanted my first child to be a boy.
Yeah,
but
as long as I know Sapp, he's loved this name Dante.
Come on, man,
and that's a good
book, Dante's Inferno.
Name his son.
But I'm not gonna lie. It definitely has softened me a little bit having 2 little girls.
But you have a bunch of sisters.
Yeah, I have a bunch of sisters.
That's true.
But when they look at me, I'm dad. I'm hero. Mm-hmm. Like I'm the nobody else aside from mom matters but dad. So
yeah, because they always run to you.
Yeah. So
which I feel like should make you feel even more manly.
Oh, it does. It does.
But I just know because he's talking on his own whoop on. Sapp gets sauced all the time, right? I can only imagine what his daughters are gonna do to him. Like he's gonna be an easy one. I can't lie. Charlene might have to.
I mean, for the most part, I'm pie. But
yeah,
when they do like when Aubrey bites Austin or Austin tackles Aubrey, I'd give a little love tap. You can't do that to your sister. Be nice to your sister. So
we try and do like timeouts too.
But Charlene's definitely the mean one.
Somebody got
you
to.
You have to do it, like they say. Spare the rod, spoil the child. They know exactly what they're doing, and you look at them and you just think how cute and how nice and everything they are. But if you just let them run over you, it's just like, wow.
No, I could tell Aubrey looked like she's gonna be the bad one. I thought it was Austin. Yeah, I thought it was Austin at first. Nah, it's Aubrey.
Yeah, Aubrey definitely not. I'm gonna try you, child.
Yeah,
like, she definitely
really
tries you.
She really tests us, Austin, and like, well, give Austin the eye, and she'll stop doing what she's doing, or she'll like try and do it when you turn her back. But Bree just gets up and does it. She doesn't care.
Yeah, definitely doesn't have
afraid.
No filter. She doesn't care.
So it's still a work in progress with the discipline thing. We're learning as we go. What works, what doesn't work. Based on their age, different things we can, implement to help kind of guide them to the things they should and shouldn't do. But heck, we're learning along with them.
Yeah.
It's definitely crazy because, growing up, we have brothers and sisters, but you really see that no two child is alike. Like, you can't discipline Austin the same way you discipline Aubrey. It's totally different.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you some questions about, like, yourself, too. So, like, what do you guys do and as far as, like, your careers and hobbies, and how do you manage all of that while being parents to toddlers?
Yeah, because, like, we're recording this. Charlene just got off work.
Yeah.
So, how is that? Working long shifts and then coming home?
It's definitely...
Well, you got to tell them what you do.
Okay. Well, they heard me say I was a nurse earlier. I'm a nurse. Since I had the girls, I was on a leave for a while, and I've gone back part-time now. So I do 2 12-hour shifts a week. Sometimes I pick up a few here and there. But it's definitely a struggle to kind of manage our days. John's a coach, and he teaches at a school too. So, along with the coaching hours, sometimes during basketball season, even though I think me and Jackie know basketball season is all year long.
Yep.
But during, the real basketball season, the hours are crazy. So it's just like, we kind of really have to over communicate and be on the same page about what the plan is for the day. That's most of what we talk about. What's the plan for today? What's the plan for this week? What are you doing this week? I kind of feel like I nag John a lot because I want to know like every detail. Like, what is it? Like, what time are you doing this? Or I ask him. He doesn't.
So it's not just Jackie.
No,
okay.
Yeah, definitely not just Jackie.
Right,
and I want to know like that moment, like when I don't know something. Like, so you're doing that?
Us know like what to do or how.
I guess.
How to move
or I'll
about
find
our
out
day.
stuff from Charlene.
See,
like, so y'all have
okay,
practice?
yeah, that's the one I don't like. All right, Sapp is the head coach. So as a head coach's wife, she knows the schedule sometimes before me.
So I get all the tea from her then.
So
but I'm supposed to get it from
Charlene
you.
will tell Jackie something,
No,
and then she'll be mad at me like I knew.
You and John know the schedule way before me. Like,
Not all the time. I can't lie. Sapp make his schedule. I got to double check. Because there's been plenty of practices who've been canceled, and I don't find out until I get to the school.
Yeah. I'm still working on my communication skills. So.
Everyone's pretty good.
We'll talk about it after, but we have something scheduled for Saturday. I don't know exactly the schedule. We'll figure it out after, but Jackie wanted to know 2 weeks ago what we doing next week. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
But,
and not everybody knows, but we know. Like, you are an amazing cook. So, like, how do you, do you make time, to try new recipes and stuff? Especially, y'all have a new house now, so.
Yeah, that's another thing we gotta try and integrate into our lives, the house and everything. But a lot of times I'm not gonna lie, it's like, what is it called? Like survival mode? Like sink or swim? Kind of trying to get through the day. But every once in a while, when he's off or when I'm off or we kind of plan something, we have a little time to try a new recipe or do something different, or I get to cook something a little more elaborate, but it's usually most of the time it's like a sink or swim, kind of just get through the moment.
I definitely want to give a big shout out to our moms. Like, if it wasn't for our moms, I mean, obviously our brothers and sisters and they all help, but our moms, like, they take on a great deal. Like, when we both have work, my mom watches the girls at least 2 or 3 times a week, and
those are long shifts.
Long shifts.
It's really 14 hours.
And then a lot of times when we need an emergency babysitter, Charlene's mom aka Nana, usually watches the kids whenever we like need her to. So big shout out to our moms. Like I don't know what we wouldn't have been able to get through this process without those two.
Yeah. Okay.
John always squeezes time for his hobbies and all that. Every once in a while, he like stay up. He helps
what
me.
are your hobbies?
John likes
I don't really have.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I just started playing 2K maybe like 2 months ago. I watch a lot of anime. It's cool to say you watch anime now.
Yeah. You watch a lot of Netflix.
That's what I was gonna say. I know he finds time to watch stuff.
He usually stays up.
I stayed up to like 1, maybe 2 in the morning watching anime.
So that's a good thing. He doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a good thing. He doesn't really like take time with the girls. He'll do it afterwards. So
yeah.
But I don't really have a lot of hobbies, fortunately. But a lot of things I like to do.
Cooking is a big one.
Yeah, that's like my kind of stress reliever. And then now that we have the space in the house, it's nice to kind of spread out and do different things. So I like that.
Yeah. So what about like intimacy after kids? I'm sure a lot of people want to know about that, or like even date nights and stuff, like just fitting that one-on-one time. How do you guys do that? Y'all just wait till they go to sleep, or like?
I guess it's interesting. Go ahead.
I guess we'll start with the PG stuff first. As far as date night, I think we try to do some at least maybe once a month. Try to find something once a month with just us two, even if it's like to go to 1,000 degrees
our date
or.
nights have changed really.
Yeah, definitely.
Or even if it's in the house.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's way more, simple, but it's just time with just me and him. We don't have to like.
A lot of date nights are at home, but every now and then we'll go out. We'll tell Aunt Monica, my baby sister, to come pick up the kids and watch them for a little while, and we just find time to spend together.
Yeah.
As far as intimacy, I mean, if most people don't know, like after your wife has a baby, even with C-sections, you have to wait for like 6 weeks, right? Supposed to wait 6 weeks.
That's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say. You have to wait 6 weeks, to let everything, I guess, go back to heal and go back to normal, I guess. Everything hasn't changed. I guess, the number of times a week has gone down, definitely, but
it's just like trying to see when.
Yeah, you definitely gotta
try to maneuver things.
Definitely gotta wait till they sleep.
Yeah,
for sure.
I would hope so.
Well, what about when they're like in that crib stage still? So like when you were pregnant with Bree, but Austin was there, like the people who have the crib in their room, how should they go about, doing that? Like,
you better put a pillow over your face, I guess.
Yo.
Oh God.
Yo.
Because that is weird. Like, some people are like, well, my baby sleeps in here.
Man, the baby's not going to remember none of this, though.
Yeah. They don't have no memory right now.
I mean, I guess you try to be as cautious and quiet as possible.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't know why we asked that. Anyway. Because that's just weird. Like, yeah, I don't.
Hey, it's part of
it.
No, I know it is.
Yeah, because most people don't realize, we had Austin our second year into marriage. Like, so we
it was his second year?
Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, so we really only had like 1 year together, just us.
Yeah.
I told Charlene I feel like he was pregnant every year of our marriage. Like, so, we just find time to get it in, I guess.
Yeah. Are there any things that you're like excited about?
Because they're getting older. Girls. Like school should be soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about them starting school in August.
This August?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're gonna start at the
both of them.
Yeah, start at the daycare. So that's definitely, I'm looking forward to that. Somebody's not looking forward to it. Man.
Well, we never went to daycare. We just started school in kindergarten. So I was like,
Like you stayed home with your mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or my grandma or whatever until we turned 4. You start K4. So I know it's something that's going to help them and stuff, but it's just, those are my babies. So I don't know.
I think it helps that you're a teacher. So, you know, you kind of know what.
Yeah, Sapp's going to be right there.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be peeking in or walking by the playground.
Take pictures.
Yeah. I know she's gonna call and text me. Oh, how did they do today? Did they eat their snacks? I'm definitely going to keep her posted on their days.
I just look forward to them growing up. They're like, I always say they're my twins. I had the hard way because I had to have them 2 separate times. But they're like, people always ask us if they're twins, no matter where we go, everywhere we go, and they're just like stuck at the hip.
They look nothing alike.
They don't, but they're babies. And
They're
both really young,
and they dress alike,
and they light skinned. So I guess.
Yeah,
they're really close. So I look forward to seeing them grow together. And I never had a sister, so it's nice to see the dynamic between them. You know, sisters. It's
I never thought about that.
No, I thought about that the other day. Actually, like it's gonna be nice for you to see that dynamic, and you're gonna be a part of it too, because it is nothing like it's nothing better than having a sister. Yeah. So for you to see that is gonna be great.
That's not what I was gonna say. I was like,
what?
I never thought about like Charlene don't have no brothers and Charlene doesn't have sisters and Sapp doesn't have brothers. Mm-hmm. Like I never thought about that. Yeah. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. So you gotta have 2 boys now.
I'm definitely shooting for my one.
So that his boy can have a brother.
You're lucky, yeah.
And then the girls got each other. So,
right.
Yeah.
Well,
but one boy.
His mom on her 3rd child had John, the only boy, and my mom on her 3rd child had me, the only girl.
There you go.
We're hoping 3 is a lucky number.
For sure.
Yeah. So,
got to keep the Sapp name going. I need to have a son.
So, because you're the last hope.
Yeah, pretty much.
The only one.
Yeah, that's true. So, what advice do you have for couples planning to have kids? Specifically us, but not just us.
Like I always hear people say, "Oh, we want to plan." Like that's something you can't plan. Yeah. You can't plan for kids. That's like the gift that keeps on giving. You know, you can never plan for kids. But what's some good advice?
That's like things don't always go the way you want it to go, or you dreamed of it going, and that's okay. You just kind of have to take everything in and like go with it. Talk, with your spouse and your mate, and make sure you guys, are always, on the same page, because that was the biggest thing for me. Mm-hmm.
It'll definitely give you a new perspective on life.
Yeah,
I know for me as a man, like you provide for your wife when you first get married, but to have children, like these 3 people are depending on me to do what I need to do to take care of them.
Yeah.
So it definitely changed my whole perspective on life in general.
Yeah. Yeah, and then people are, wait till you're ready and all this advice. You're never ready. It just, how would you know you're never gonna be ready. When are you ever ready? Just, whenever God sees it fit, you just go.
And the parental, maternal, they kick in right away.
Yeah.
They kick in right away. Like as soon as the baby's born, like it happens just like that. You're ready to get in and do what you got to do for your wife, your kids.
Yeah. And has this whole parenting thing made you guys look at your parents different? Like appreciate them, and because your mom has 4, or your parents have 4, and your parents have
5.
A bunch.
Yeah, we have 5.
So seeing how they did it and stuff.
It's crazy. Like I won't say we're struggling or having a hard time, but we have 2. Like our parents, your mom had 4, my mom had 5, and they made it work. Like they made it work. Like they sacrificed some things. They took extra jobs. Mm-hmm. They did everything to make it work.
Yeah, you look back and you're like, we didn't want for anything. We didn't feel like we missed in anything or lacked out on anything. So you just kind of have to, as parents, or future parents, look at what's the important part of your child. Raising this child, you have their lives pretty much. God has lent you these children to look after and to mold. Because people say you don't, indoctrinate your children or whatever, but the world's gonna indoctrinate them. So you better indoctrinate them before the world does. So you kind of have to look and make sure they know what the important parts are, what's really, based on parenting, what you really want to instill in them. Right?
Yeah.
Of course.
That's it?
Yeah. We have some listener questions.
Yeah, so we'll keep y'all around to do that. But appreciate it. Got some good advice.
Yeah.
I love y'all's story. That's just me personally.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having us on here.
Start a blog or something.
That's something else to fit into.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like y'all have a lot to give people.
Yeah,
so.
definitely need to start something. I don't know, blog, YouTube channel, something out here.
Yeah. Well,
get some clicks.
All right, let's go to the next topic.
God's plan. I hold back sometimes I won't. Yeah. I feel good sometimes I don't. Hey, no. I finesse down Western Road. Hey, yes. Might go down to G.O.D. Yeah, wait. I go hard on Southside G.
All right, so this is the part where we answer some questions. Again, you guys can email us at michelmatters@gmail.com with any questions or DM, text, all that stuff if you know us. So we still have Charlene and Sapp here to help us answer these questions. So the first one is, we're going to name him Edward. He says, should you go into business with your friends?
So,
what do you think?
I mean, I'll start. I'm going to just say no.
Well, I feel like you and Sapp, y'all not in business together, but y'all coach together.
Yeah, and it's a difference. Like, Sapp is like family. Mm-hmm. Like, I was trying to think about it the other day. We don't really argue. Like, we'll have conversations, but like, we don't really get into it about stuff. Mm-hmm. And even if we did, I think it'd be very like, we'd be able to get over it. When you're with friends and you talking about business, that's like money. Like,
yeah, anytime money's involved, it's touchy.
Yeah, like I feel like
the family too.
Yes, but that's the thing. Like, we're not really in business together. We just coach. That money is not ours.
Right.
So like, it'd be a difference. Like, if we lost money together, or get to a point where it's like maybe one of us feel like okay, between the two of us, Sapp's the head coach, I'm the assistant coach in basketball. In business, if one person's over the other one, you get paid more than the other. Mm-hmm. And some get paid more than me in coaching, but I don't care. Like, I just do it for the fun. I don't do it for the money. Trust me, it's not for the money.
Definitely not for the money.
Yeah. Like, if we were in business though, and we kind of were doing like equal work, or one of us just got paid more than the other, it could become like a power struggle and all of that. Like, I just don't think that's healthy for friends to have to deal with, because there's gonna be a point in time like you don't know when to cut off work and friendship.
That's true.
And I just feel like it's just hard to work like that and be. And business people are cutthroat. Like, I don't want it to be cutthroat with my friends.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I mean, if we start a business with somebody else's money, that's different.
Yeah.
But usually, I feel the same way. Like, I definitely don't want to lose a lifetime brother or friend over a business or money dealings like that. So.
Yeah. And actually, you've had people ask you to do certain things, and I'm just like, nah, just let's not even do that.
I almost lost a friend over a pyramid scheme. So I'm not into doing business.
I can definitely invest with friends, but I don't know if I'm starting a business with friends.
Yeah.
I think that was an easy one. The second one is a little more involved, I guess. So the second question is from, I guess we'll name this person Devontae, and they ask, can you still be friends with someone after you have sex with them? I'll start with a disclaimer. We're not condoning sex before marriage, because we're all for Christian and we were married and did things that way. Mm-hmm. But I don't hold people to the same standards if they're not Christian. So as far as having sex before marriage, I guess, let me see, what's your take, Jackie?
Because to be friends.
Yeah, I think the question is loaded. First of all,
I don't even know how to answer this question. I don't think so. But then again, I don't know. Like, what about like divorced people, right? So let's say you were married. Obviously, you were having sex. Then you get divorced, but you have kids. You still kind of have to be friendly.
See, I think that's the key word is friends. You don't have sex with your friends. So I don't think you are friends if y'all can have sex with each other.
That's true, because it says, "Can you still be?" So you were friends when you had sex.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't think this can happen.
As soon as anything sexual happens, you cease to be friends anymore.
Yeah, I would say, why wouldn't you just be together?
Exactly. Like
right? I don't understand.
Like, okay, Charlene, were you and Sapp friends before y'all started dating? Because y'all started dating young, but so it might be a little tougher. But would you consider y'all friends?
We were acquaintances. I don't know, we were friends.
No, we definitely wasn't friends.
Okay, and that's one of my main things. Like, a lot of these relationships, like people are like, oh, that's my best friend. I think over time,
over time, I can now say my wife is my best friend,
but I can't see myself like, oh, I want to be her friend first, and then
definitely not.
Nah.
Yeah, because you have a motive.
Yeah, when I want to kill an instinct, I guess that Kobe killer. I don't have that with my friends. I mean, it's a woman that I'm pursuing. Like, right. Like the whole idea of you got to be friends first. No, you have to be friendly. And then...
Well, everybody's story is different, though. So some people could be friends, and then,
See,
it just happens.
That's
just not what happens all the time.
But how can you be friends with somebody, and then, because a lot of times you hear people say, oh, they're like a brother to me or like a sister to me. Mm-hmm. I don't look at my sister like that. Right. Like, in a way that something could potentially happen.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think the whole idea of friends and sex, it doesn't go together. Yeah. So it's a faulty question. But Devontae, no, you can't still be friends with somebody after you had sex because you were never friends to begin with.
Never were. Yeah. So. Friendship is over at that point.
Yeah.
If it was ever there.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I think that was easy. I need better listener questions.
All right.
Business spotlight?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Bad things, it's a lot of bad things that they wishing and wishing and wishing and wishing they wishing on me. Yeah. Bad things, it's a lot of bad things that they wishing and wishing and wishing and wishing they wishing on me.
And for this week's business spotlight, we're gonna spotlight a family friend. Mm-hmm. His company is called Pros Catering. He's catered a baby shower for one of my family members.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I've seen him do a whole bunch of events. He can make anything. I think Ronald's like the first guy I know that really cooks. Cooks.
Yeah.
And I can't cook anything, but he does big events, small events. He does Haitian food, anything really. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's limited to anything. You can find him on Instagram at pros_catering.
Mm-hmm. And he's always prepared to I think we had a random pool party and he just had stuff ready in his car. Oh, okay, I'll season this chicken, and he just started grilling all this stuff. And my mom really liked it too. So.
Yeah, he's good. Tailgates. I've seen him. He kills the Dolphins tailgates. He's super sociable too. If he comes to your event, you won't forget him. Yeah, super funny dude. And you can check him out on Instagram at pros_catering. And for all my Haitians too, he sells epis if you're interested.
Or non-Haitians,
Yeah, if you want your food
to taste. If you don't know how to, spice your chicken right.
Your bland, unseasoned chicken, you can get you some epis. Yeah, stop rinsing your chicken off with bottled water.
Oh my gosh.
And come get some epis.
Nah. Yeah, we'll put all his stuff in the description. And hit him up.
I think that's it.
That's it for this episode.
It's been a long episode. I wanted to cut this one.
Yeah.
So appreciate the SAPPS for coming through. Mm-hmm. Good discussion, good people. And don't forget, if you have any questions, email us at michelmatters@gmail.com.
Yes.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Peace.
When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. That you might work. That you might work.